The Tahitian language makes absolutely no sense, and I'll explain why. So, I lived in Tahiti for close to a year, and in Tahiti they speak French and Tahitian, and when I was there, I learned both. The first thing that makes absolutely no sense at all about Tahitian is the alphabet, and the alphabet in Tahitian is very, very small. It actually contains only 8 consonant sounds and 5 vowel sounds. And so, as you would imagine, this makes for a lot of repetitive words. So it makes a very foreign language for English speakers even harder to learn because of that. An example of this can be found in a lot of loan words. Loan words are words that were taken from English or other languages and kind of put into Tahitian. And these will use letters that don't exist in the native Tahitian alphabet. And so a word like this, you would think is pronounced ekalesia, is actually pronounced eitaretia. And this is because Tahitian doesn't actually have the consonant sounds for K, S, and L. And so they have to be replaced with sounds that Tahitian does have, which, in my opinion, makes absolutely no sense at all. Another thing that makes absolutely no sense about Tahitian is using the word to be. And so in English, to be could be conjugated as am, are, is, any of that good stuff. But in Tahitian, the only way to get this message across, if you're trying to say that something is something else, like for example, my name is Jonah, you have to put your sentence in this structure called equative structure that is equating two things together. And so rather than saying my name is Jonah, you're really saying my name is equal to Jonah. And the way in Tahitian to say this would be O Jonah to'u I oa. And on top of that, if you wanted to say something, for example, like I am tall, equative structure in Tahitian really doesn't like it when you're trying to equate a noun to an adjective. And so what you have to do is you have to attach the adjective to a noun to get that point across. And so you could say, for example, I am a tall person, and that would work. And so you'd have to say e ta'atarahi vo, which means person, tall, I am, essentially. And the final thing that doesn't make any sense at all about Tahitian is something called kaina. Now, kaina is a mix between French and Tahitian, and I would say it's neither French nor Tahitian, which kind of doesn't make any sense at all. But if you remember earlier, I mentioned Tahitian doesn't have the word K, doesn't have the letter K at all. And however, kaina has this letter and it pronounces it as a K sound, which in and of itself doesn't make any sense at all. Another part of this that doesn't make any sense at all is a lot of the other words follow along that same suit. So for example, the word sapao is Tahitian kaina, and this word means like bougie or fancy or anything along those lines. This word also very clearly uses an S, which is another sound we don't have in the Tahitian language. And so what makes no sense is where do these words come from? And honestly, I don't know. But I am a Tahitian language tutor, and so any questions that you may have about the Tahitian language, I would love to answer in the comments and help you out. But that's all I have for today. Peace.